You can't explain driving this new Corvette. You've got a new engine, new transmission, you've got the mid-engine. There's a lot of newness about this vehicle that makes it revolutionary.
Let's do a once-over of this once-in-a-lifetime vehicle. First, some interior conveniences. We have the glove box, which locks when in valet mode. There's an accessory power outlet here under the glove box for cell phones and other chargeable accessories. The center console storage compartment can be accessed by pressing this button. USB and auxiliary ports are inside. This compartment locks with the car and in valet mode. The electric parking brake is located here and can always be activated even if the ignition is off. This is how you use the available lumbar adjustment and bolster adjustment. The available head-up display control is here, to the left of the steering wheel. To pair a phone, use the infotainment screen and select the phone icon, then Connect Phone, Add Phone. Now from your phone's Bluetooth setting, select the name of the infotainment screen and follow the instructions. For NFC pairing information and more, see your infotainment system manual. Now for the doors. If you've got your key fob within 3 feet of the door handle, just grip and press the door handle touchpad. If the vehicle has lost battery power, you can open the door manually with a key. If you're inside the vehicle and power is lost, to open the door, pull up on the emergency door release handle located on the floor next to the door sill. Here's where you release the hatch or trunk. You can also use your key fob or press the release touchpad here when the vehicle is unlocked. To close it, you just pull part way with light force and it'll go the rest of the way on its own. You can open the hood with the release button when the vehicle is in park. You can also press twice on the remote key or locate the touchpad in the grille opening near the driver's side headlamp. Press it once to release the hood. With any of these approaches, you'll then need to lift the hood slightly until it automatically raises and holds. Opening the hood with no electrical power should only be done in an emergency. Then you'll use the manual release cable located by the brake pedal. The hood is not heavy enough to latch under its own weight. It will remain open until the striker is pushed into the latch. Firmly press down on the front edge of the hood until it clicks twice. To access the battery, first the right hand and left hand side shields need to be removed. Then remove the second cover assembly. If your Corvette isn't driven weekly or the battery is disconnected or drained, you may want to opt for the battery maintainer package. Just plug it into a standard electrical outlet and then into the underhood accessory power outlet. It's recommended to use a battery maintainer.
And you just keep that connected while you have your vehicle stored, so there's no worries when you go to start your vehicle after it's been stored for weeks or months, and you can hit the road.
But if you don't have one and plan to use your Corvette infrequently, you can remove the negative cable from the battery to keep it from running down. When the battery power is restored, the windows will need to be indexed by cycling them up and holding up for a second. If you ever have a loss of power, see your owner's manual. Lastly, do not take your Corvette through an automatic car wash. Some car washes may damage the wide wheels and tires and aren't compatible with Corvette's ground clearance.
The safest thing to do is to hand wash your brand new baby. The 2020 Corvette Stingray is a game changer.
Your Corvette should walk before it runs. The first 200 miles are for breaking in your tires and brake linings. So drive at moderate speeds and avoid hard cornering and hard stops. During your first 500 miles, engine torque is limited in low gears.
If you have a brand new gear and you're wearing it in with excessive torque, you can create wear patterns that are not ideal.
Avoid full throttle starts, abrupt stops, and driving at constant speeds, including the use of cruise control. You shouldn't exceed 4,000 RPM, but if you do, don't downshift to brake or slow the vehicle. During your first 1,500 miles, you should check the engine oil every time you refuel and add oil if necessary. Oil and fuel consumption may be higher than normal during the break-in period. Wait until you've passed 1,500 miles to participate in track or sport driving events of any kind. For more information, there are many resources available to you on chevy.com and in your owner's manual. And once you've passed 1,500 miles, the break-in period is over.
Be patient with it, and if you are, the car will be good for the rest of its life.
basic maintenance. In some ways, it's even easier than previous generations of Corvette. While the car is a mid-engine supercar, we want to make sure that costs of ownership and maintenance are not supercar territory.
Such a beautiful machine should be lovingly cared for. Oil changes and transmission fluid checks can be done by your dealer's trained service people. If you plan to do your own oil changes, you'll find Corvette was designed with easy access openings under the car for the oil drain and filter, so the closeout panels do not need to be removed to do an oil change.
New for the 2020 Corvette is a dry sump tank on the new LT2 engine. With this improved lubrication, we no longer require that the customer take the car to the dealer at 500 miles to do an oil change. Now your first scheduled maintenance will be at 7,500 miles.
Factors including temperature, miles driven, and driving conditions can cause the fluid life to vary. The transmission filter must be changed during your first oil change. Transmission fluid should be changed at 45,000 miles. A computer indicates when to change the oil or transmission fluid. When that happens, it's best to have the work done as soon as possible. One of the best ways to take care of your new Corvette is to let your dealer help.
It's a very comfortable touring car. It's a great back-road carver. And of course, it's a very, very potent track weapon for those that want to maximize the performance.
The Z51 Performance Package is required for track events and competitive driving, and your vehicle may not be equipped with it. If it is, consult the Track Prep Guide for more in-depth info. But here's an overview. First things first.
Check fluid levels, of course. That's basic with any track preparation. We ask you to add 2 quarts of transmission fluid for some extra robustness and track durability.
It is not required to remove the additional 2 quarts of dual clutch transmission fluid. Any transmission level set or change should be performed at your dealer, and the transmission fluid and the external filter should be changed after every 24 hours of track usage.
After that, we ask that you change the brake fluid to a high temperature, high boiling point brake fluid, 310 degrees C boiling point or higher.
There is a brake fade warning assist system in place to help ensure safe driving conditions while track driving. Messages may appear advising you to reduce braking to avoid overheating or to have your brakes serviced. Follow all advice. New brake pads must be burnished before racing or other competitive driving. The 2 brake burnishing procedure options are spelled out in detail in your owner's manual and in the Track Prep Guide. Freedom is driving a Corvette with the top off. If you have a coupe, this is how you remove the roof panel. You may need help to do this. Be sure the car is parked and off with the parking brake set and the windows open. Lower both sun visors. Open the rear hatch and remove any items in the roof panel storage area. Then release the 2 handles on the front and the 1 handle on the rear of the roof panel, like this.
You simply lift it up and take it over the back and store it in.
The roof should rest on the upper receivers. Ensure it's in place with a quick forward push. Reinstalling the roof panel is easier if you have help. You basically follow the same steps in reverse. Once it's positioned, check that the weather stripping on each side is under the panel. The front release handles should be fully open. Push the roof firmly downward to engage the pins. Lock all 3 handles in place and hook the rear handle's hook in the loop. Now for the convertible.
You get the looks of a coupe, all the utility of a coupe, and the push-button convenience of open-air driving.
Before opening the convertible top, remove all objects that may contact the convertible top when it's operated. The trunk must be closed. Start the vehicle or place it in accessory mode. When possible, operate the convertible top when the vehicle is stopped. Although the top can be operated while driving below 30 miles per hour, press and hold this button. The windows will automatically lower, and the chime indicates that the convertible top is completely open. The convertible can be opened using the remote key, but it cannot be closed with it. To close the convertible top, take all the same precautions you did to open it.
Early feedback from customers are very excited. We expect that once those get on the road and people get to see them up close, we're going to have some converts from the coupe to the convertible.
Replay and relive your best moments behind the wheel. Your Corvette may be equipped with a Performance Data Recorder, or PDR. There are a lot of do's and don'ts regarding when it's safe and legal to use the PDR. Refer to your owner's manual for those. We'll just be going over how to use it.
You can record video, audio, the data from the car, speed, G-forces, accelerator, brake. You have a record of what you did. You can show your friends and really help yourself learn how to become a better driver.
Insert a Class 10 SD card that's 16 gigabytes or larger into the card reader in the glove box.
And there's a PDR icon on the menu. Push that so you can keep recording until you're ready to stop, and you hit the button to stop recording, and then you have it on that SD card.
The recording must be stopped and the file closed before removing the SD card, or the recording may be lost. Touch Video Overlay to display the menu screen. Touching Preview provides a live preview of the overlay selected. Choose what information you want displayed over your video. None won't display data, but that data is still available with the video when it's accessed in the Toolbox software. Sport displays speed, RPM, current gear, left and right G-forces, and an event odometer. Track displays the same data as Sport, as well as a GPS tracking map for known routes, lap times, and more. The system can even learn tracks and circuits with your help. Timing displays 0 to 60 times and other speed and distance milestones, as well as lap timings and more. The recording of a driving session is adjustable. You can choose to record audio if you like, and you can set up automatic recording to begin whenever the vehicle is in the run power mode. You may also set it to record when the vehicle is in valet mode for added peace of mind.
It's a great tool, not just to brag to your friends about what you can do, but also teach you to be a better driver. So after you get back from the track, you can compare lap times, you can compare corner speeds. It's really a very powerful tool for making you a better driver and getting the most performance out of your Corvette.